What's up everyone, the battle to stay in the Big Brother 22 house continues as we head towards the triple eviction, but twist incoming, it seems as though Dr. Will Kirby may have let slip to the house guest that the triple eviction is coming on Thursday night, so we've got lots of updates to talk about guys, so welcome to your live feed update. Just before we get started and jump right into the updates guys, please hit the subscribe button if you are new around here and also hit the bell to get notified, and whilst you're at it guys, please hit the like button. Bring, 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 bring. Hello? Is that Dr. Will? A triple eviction. Dr. Will seems to have spilled the triple eviction to the house guest guys, and of course I had to deliver that in classic chill town phone call style there guys. It's pretty crazy stuff, you know. I think everyone was anticipating all week long that the house guests were going to get this massive shock when Julie revealed that there was going to be a triple eviction, but it seems as though the house guests are thinking, after a message from Dr. Will as the BB neighbour, they believe it's going to be a fast forward week that leads into a double eviction, so they're not labelling it the triple, just as a fast forward that goes into double. But obviously Dr. Will has said something that has made them think that, so maybe the surprise sort of factor won't be as much when it comes to Thursday night. However, we're still getting this eviction and I'm pretty sure we're all hyped about it, so bring on Thursday night, that's what I say. Kevin told Enzo that he's pretty sure he is definitely heading out the door this week now, and as a result he told him that if he were to stay, a deal with Enzo would be as good as a final two deal. He said that he would never nominate Enzo, anything like that, but Enzo was sort of like, yeah, I appreciate that man, you know, yo bro, the usual Enzo stuff, and he says, you know, go speak to Christmas and Memphis and try and persuade them to help you keep you to stay. And Enzo was straight up with him, and you know, I respect that. He said pretty much, I don't see you getting these votes, Kevin, you know, well done for trying, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Cody and Memphis were discussing the fact that Christmas and Danny are at each other's necks and they will be trying to get each other out come the Thursday eviction. Now, in my honest opinion, I do think Christmas will be trying to get Danny out. I think Danny wants Christmas out, but I think Danny wants to take care of Tyler before Christmas. But for sure, I think Christmas could end up on the block with Tyler should Danny win HOH. So yes, they are a threat to each other. Yes, they are trying to get each other out in essence. And essentially, Cody and Memphis are in great positions because nobody's really targeting them right now. I think David would probably target Memphis, but you know, David hasn't won a HOH so far, and he and you know, it's sort of been the same people winning HOH and the same alliance, so if the odds are anything to go by, David can't win. But we know what happens on double eviction nights. Those are triple even this time around, but the house guests with their backs against the wall often pull through and win something that nobody expected them to do so, and it changes the course of the game. But Cody and Memphis are right, you know, they're sitting quite safely going into Thursday night. Obviously when the committee starts to shake, that's when they need to be more worried, but going into this eviction they are likely safe, but we just don't know yet. But they are right in saying that Danny and Christmas are going for each other, and it helps them just sit fine up there. Obviously Cody isn't that tight with Danny anymore, but Memphis is tight with Christmas, so I'm sure he'll be looking out for her. But in essence, Cody and Memphis just want to look out for the wise guys, so that's what they're trying to do. Keeping up appearances, Tyler and Danny were talking about what would happen going into the double eviction if someone would use the veto, and obviously they're referring it to as the double eviction because they don't know that it's a triple yet. Obviously they're assuming it's going to be the fast forward week leading to double, so we'll just go with that. But they've said, you know, if the veto is using the double, who would they put up as a pawn, because they want to make sure that nobody but David goes home, and Tyler sort of specifically brought up Memphis's name, but I think we in reality know that Tyler isn't wanting to get David out, and Danny probably isn't that bothered either. She wants to take the go at Tyler. I think Danny's more likely to stick to the committee because of the quote she said yesterday where she was saying that the committee will be the greatest alliance of all time when they get rid of everyone, so I'm pretty sure she wants to stick to the plan and then go and take out her close allies from there on, whereas Tyler I think is jumping the gun and getting ahead of the game, just like he should in Big Brother, because if you leave it too late you're just going to get picked off, just like Kevin and potentially David will be. Enzo told Tyler that if he wins one of the HOH competitions in the triple eviction, or the double eviction as they keep referring to as, that he will put up a big target, he's going to make a big move and he's not going to hold back. And Tyler, you know, he was making the subtle sort of seed plants that Tyler does, you know, saying, you know, Danny and Nicole should be the ones to be clipped on Thursday night, so not so much subtle, but you know, he was getting his message across, you know, and I think he really wants that to happen. He's happy for Danny and Nicole both to go before David does, and to be honest, I think Enzo's playing quite an individualistic game, just like Tyler is, so I feel like he'd probably follow the same path and try to take Danny on the call out. It's going to be fireworks because I don't think a lot of the, I think Tyler and Enzo are sort of two people who will actually go rogue, and we know Christmas is planning to go rogue as well, but I think it's going to put a shock on a lot of the members of the committee's faces when they realise that they're not going to stick to the plan of getting them to the final 6 or 7, whatever it'll be. And yeah, it's just gonna it's gonna be exciting, and it's really going to turn some faces and probably be one of the most pivotal moments of the season so far. Many of you may have do what the HOH wants on your BB22 bingo cards, and a lot of you may have just hit the jackpot because Nicole asked Christmas what she wants to do this week. You know, is she happy with Kevin going? And Christmas said she wants to do what the HOH wants. HOH wants Kevin out, so Christmas is going to follow suit. Kevin was talking to people all day, trying to bargain himself some more time in the house, telling them that if they give him one more week of safety, then he will not nominate them should it come to the HOH competition. And he wins it, obviously. But you know what, guys? I think, you know, word gets around in the BB house, all this bargaining, all this strategizing. He's been saying it to absolutely everyone, and this is a pattern with Kevin's game. He sort of goes to wherever the power is, and he makes promises to everyone that he doesn't keep. And as a result, people have talked. Nicole went up to the HOH room to talk to Cody and Enzo to say maybe it would be an idea to keep Kevin around this week. They got talking and saying, you know, Kevin's came up to me with this deal, and it turned out he went up to the deal. He said the deal to absolutely everyone in that room right now, and then Nicole basically went 180 and said, okay, let's just evict him. Kevin talked to the camera at one point, and he's pretty much came to terms with the fact he's definitely getting evicted this week. When I say came to terms, he's not happy, but I think he knows it's going to happen. He was talking about all the votes, and he was saying that Memphis flat out said to him he doesn't have it, similarly to Enzo, and similarly to most people in the house. But the biggest one for him would be the fact that he feels Nicole Franzel was trying to patronise him for a jury vote. And, you know, Nicole pretty much tried it on with Dave Vaughn and Ian, and now she's trying it on with Kevin. I think a lot of people are starting to see through her game. Obviously, you've got to admit she is actually playing decent for the fact she's the only winner left in the house, and she still has not been on the block. So you've got to hand that to her at the end of the day. You know, she's received a lot of shtick, but she's done okay, and she's had a good social game. Hasn't been nominated yet as a winner, so that's definitely an achievement. But saying that, it all comes down to some jury management, and you know what I mean. Like in BB18, she beat Paul. Paul returned in BB19, and he let himself down with his jury management. And you know, Nicole, if she makes it to the final two, her jury management may just slip her up and take that second win away from her, the first ever person to potentially be the two-time winner of Big Brother. You know, we've seen it on Survivor, but we haven't seen it on Big Brother. It would probably be more of a feat on Big Brother because there's less seasons of Big Brother, so there's more chances to return on Survivor. But you know what? And to be honest, there's more returnees on Survivor in general than there is on Big Brother. So it would be very impressive if someone managed to be the first two-time winner. But in my honest opinion, I really don't think Nicole's going to be that unless she shapes her game up very fast. More specifically, her jury management game. Danny and Nicole were saying that if David wins HOH, they need to convince him that Memphis was trying to backdoor him, put a backdoor plan through in place. I'm pretty sure even though David doesn't really know how to play the game, he knows that Memphis is actually coming after him. Enzo sold out Tyler to Cody, telling him all the plans that Tyler wanted to get rid of Danny and Nicole. So Tyler's in a pretty harsh space right now, but Cody said he's going to use that to his advantage to try and persuade Nicole to target Tyler before Memphis. But Memphis is potentially going to put David and Nicole up on the blocks. That's obviously conflict of interests there with Nicole and Memphis. Everything is really coming to a head, guys, like we've been talking about all season long, really, about these cracks in the committee, really showing. But Thursday night, seriously, will be the moment where things blow up and things will not be the same as we move on, because there's so many conflicts of interest, and someone's got to take the first blow, and someone's got to be the person to make the first blow.
That's what she said.
To conclude, tomorrow night, Kevin is very likely going to be the first victim of the triple eviction, and the house guests pretty much know about the triple eviction because Dr. Will, in essence, sort of spoiled it to them. But either way, guys, it's going to be a very exciting night. Things are all up in the air. We don't know who Nicole and Danny are definitely going to target, even though they are leaning towards David, I would say. They potentially want Tyler out. Tyler wants Danny and Nicole out. Christmas wants Danny and Nicole out. Memphis is tight with Christmas, but he wants David out rather than Danny and Nicole. So it's all over the place. Total conflict of interest, as I said. Very exciting night ahead, guys, and I can't wait, and I'm sure you guys can't wait too. That is all of your game updates for today, folks, as we head into the triple eviction tomorrow night. I am totally stoked, guys, and thank you very much for everyone watching. I really appreciate all your continued support. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff, guys. But again, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.